anytime something cannot be priced, you should never trade it. That's like rule number one. Number two is when any underlying is moving 2% per hour, which this does, you shouldn't trade that either because you should realize it's just a joke. 2% an hour for stocks, that means by the end of every day it would trade 10%, and that means it would be moving 100% per week. That, my friends, is a bubble. That's a scam. I look at this and I see it as topping on the monthly MACD. That's what I do see. I see it's got more time to maybe move a little bit higher. But if the weekly, it looks like a double top here, if this weekly can eventually roll itself over, then it will go into a corrective phase. Now, here's the thing. If the market corrects, you would normally think, well, if the market's correcting, let's go buy Bitcoin because why? Because Bitcoin's a place to hide. It's a currency to hide in while the other market's in turbulence, normally. But the fact of the matter is this moves purely on what? Psychology, supply and demand, and narrative. That's all it moves on. So for me, I'll never short it. I'll never buy it. If I owned it, I would sell it. If I owned it and didn't know what to do with it, I might just sell a call or buy a put. But then again, you're going to get carped to death because the pricing mechanism of the options are a joke because they're as wide as a Mack truck. So what do you do with this? Just get out of it, walk away, and maybe come back at 15,000, maybe even 20,000. It looks like it's just getting tired. In order to push this through, okay, to me, it has to show signs of demand, and it has to show signs of not just demand, but of utilitarian value, of which it has neither. So again, this is just it was backed by Citadel, it was backed by BlackRock, it was backed by a number of firms to get the ETFs out there. They got all the suckers in, bail on it when you can. Again, I would never short it. I'd never be naked short this because they could make up some fake narrative. You get a gamma squeeze, it blows to 100,000. CNBC comes out and spins some lies and tells us why it should be here when all it is just one big, like I said, paper scam. It's papered up. All right.